Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. I have a project for us to do today. I think a couple weeks ago, maybe it's been 3 weeks ago, I posted a how-to video on making these coin envelopes, or these coin envelopes out of a piece of craft paper, or any envelope actually, or any kind of paper rather that you have, and in all different sizes. And I started playing around with them, and I came up with this neat hinged journal insert. And I've actually am going to elevate it up a notch even today when we do this this tutorial or craft with me, to be like a full journal, and I've got a couple more ideas for it. So I did do the sizes, and I made templates on all different sizes of these coin envelopes. And today we're going to be using the medium size. Excuse me, guys, I got a frog in my throat. So if you didn't see that that video, you can go back and click on that one. Or if you have any coin envelopes, you can do this particular project in most any size you want. Boy, I'm still getting my my frogs out of my throat from last night's sleep, so it's kind of the morning here for me. So I'm going to use the medium size, and let me sit down so we can begin this project. So I thought, I haven't really seen anything like this. I'm sure somebody else has done, you know, something like this out of regular envelopes and stuff, but I'm going to make it out of these coin envelopes. So the size of these, first of all, let me just show you what we're making. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, this is a tri-fold that's going to fold in like this, and you can simply insert it right in your journal like this, or you could put a tie on it and have it be just a you know, like a little journal. Because today where I'm going to go one step further, and we're going to add a some paper in the middle, so you actually have something, excuse me, that's going to look like this. Okay, and then these can be sewn right into a journal. You could sew them right in, or just use them as little journals. So there's a lot of room in this, and I've got hinges, and to hinge each one of these, what do you call it? Coin envelopes together. I gotta get my thoughts together today, guys. Plus, I'm gonna share a couple other things that I've been working on, including printing on fabric. Okay, so in each one of these, see, now this is the way it looks on the inside. Okay, this will be the inside of the pocket, or the inside of the envelope. See where the seam is. And this is the flip side, okay, and where we have some papers here, and these are fabric. I printed on fabric here for these little pockets. And this is, as you can see, like a postal theme I did on this one. You can do anything to go along with your journal. This one's just like kind of a postal theme, as you can see, with, you know, the stamp looking images and the postcards. And in each one of these, I have tucked a postcard that I've printed out, and we'll, you know, get to that as we move along in this project. And these are each Velcroed down. And then I've loaded up the pockets, and we're going to make these tags as we do this project as well. So this is the little journal insert, or as we're going to make it today, maybe just like a full-size mini journal. But what I'm going to do, I've decided, is I'm going to make three of these. This one I won't be using this one because the hinge in the middle is not really wide enough for me to add the paper. But I will be making 3 of these and make a cover for it. It won't be this cover. And I'm going to put 3 of these in a, make a cover for it, and it will be an actual 3 signature journal with tons of coin pocket enclosures and envelopes in it. So that's my final goal for these. I might make a bunch of these just like this and put them in my shop. I'm not sure. Okay, whoops, I got a little ant on my desk. Son of a gun, where did he come from? Okay, let's get started. So let me put that aside. I've got 4 coin envelopes and I've already made them for, you know, out of this template that I came up with. And the size of these envelopes I'm using are going to be, well, the paper itself was 7 3/4 by 8 1/2, but they come up with the envelope closed at the top will be 6 1/2 by, I think it's 4. So 6 1/2 by 4 will be actual size of this project when it's finished. 6 1/2 by 4, little journal or insert. And so we have 4 of these, and then I've already came in and inked them all. And I did this, I think pretty much all with Distress ink. Let me look at this. Yeah, I think the whole thing was just done with Distress, Vintage Photo rather, Distress ink. So I have these 4, and then the cutoffs I made, these will be for the hinges. Okay, and I did come in already and ink these. So those are inked. So let's start the basic construction. Here I have the pile of items we're going to be using, and I printed out, I might as well go through that in case you want to, you know, craft along with me. This hinge, each of these hinges are going to be like 1 inch and, well, about 3/4 of an inch, except for the hinge in the middle. And you're going to need a wider hinge because that's where we're going to add our paper, you know, our little paper, our signature. And this is like 1 1/4 inch. So you know, any scraps you have, it can be, you know, a little wider or a little narrower. And the reason why I didn't want to make them too wide is because, as you can see, here's the hinges. See where the hinge comes down right here? And that way, you know, since we're decorating, the hinges, you know, don't really get in the way. So, and this is where I did the pockets on each side. So this is the back side, and that's where the hinges will show, is on the back side. Okay, let me find my ink. I've got, or my glue rather. And we've got some postcards that we're going to be putting in the pockets. You can die cut or make any pocket you want or anything on this. This was like a little postal stamp die cut, and I thought that was fitting because I'm doing this in like a you know, a postage theme. Then I have some I already made these pockets, and this is fabric that I printed on. And let me just share with you how I found best. I went on and looked at different videos and ways to do it, and I found the easiest and simplest way to print on fabric. Now you can use, I've seen freezer paper, I've seen spray adhesive, and then I just read in a comment somebody said they use the Avery clear shipping label, the full sheet. This is the full sheet. It's 8 1/2 by 11, and I use these for stickers. So I will print out, let me see if I have one. Yeah, This is on that Avery, and this, you peel it off and then you have a translucent sticker. So that's what I use these for. Well, it works beautifully on your fabric. So the sticky side of the Avery, let me see, let me pull one out so you can see what it looks like. They look like this, okay, on one side, and then this side is the clear, like it's like a plasticky, well, there's two pieces here, like a vellum, and then, you know, just like a regular label, and then you peel it off and then you have this clear piece. Well, you can use these, I've used one of these up to 4 times. I will peel it off and do it some more. So you just iron your fabric, and this is muslin, and I haven't tried it on a thicker weight, you know, fabric than that yet, because I'm just experimenting with it. Some of you may have been printing on fabric for a long time. I just started, so I still have the backing on here. So what I would do now is excuse me, just peel this right off, and I will save this and put it right back on another piece of fabric for the next time. But what I do is I iron the fabric real good first, then I add the, you know, the shipping label, the full-size shipping, whatever you call these things. I guess they're just called full sheets of shipping labels. And then they really attach nicely. If you go like this, you really don't get any wrinkles. There is a couple wrinkles in this because I've used this sheet like 3 times, but it didn't seem to affect the image. See, I just printed one postcard on this one. And this one right here is like a lace print, and I got this off of the Graphics Fairy, this one, and I'm using that in this and this one as well. So it seemed to, and then what you can do, I don't want to get it, you know, I want to just tell you how to do this because I'm not going to show you. You can heat set, then you heat set the image. Now I don't think you can do a laser printer. I used an inkjet printer, and it puts the ink right into the fabric. Then after you peel it, I take my craft iron and I heat set the image right in there, because then you can wash these and the ink is set into the fabric, and you can wash them, and I guess that it doesn't, from what I read, you know, the imprint won't wash out, so it goes right into the fabric. So that's how I do that. So I just wanted to share that. So I have you can use any fabric for your pockets, or you don't have to use fabric pockets. So I have some of that, and I made 2 more little pockets. I already have these done, and I put a little lace on them, and that's for the interest of time here today, and then I just sewed around them. So I have that. And then I made 2 paper pads, as you can see. Let me pull this demonstration one back out, where I added the papers, okay? So I already went ahead and sewed, you know, this is actually music, where you would compose music on it, music paper, you know, without the composition on it. And so I did 2 of those, because those are going to go on 2 of the inserts. And then I have some of these that I printed off from the Graphics Fairy, and you can see they're just stamp looking images, and I made them into, I'm probably going to use these as little tags in there. Then I just have some sticker embellishing type things, and an assortment of things. So whatever you decide to decorate it with, you can do that. So basically I'm going to be decorating these postcards with stamps, and these are going to be the journaling cards in each of the pockets. So whatever you want to put in them. All right, so here's the basic construction, and then I have some jute right here. I guess this is jute twine, or twine rather, yeah, jute twine. And then some vellum stickers here. So I'll try to keep those where I have them close by. All right, so you've got your 4 postcards, or postcards, your 4 index, or jeez, my brain this morning, I need some more coffee. Your 4 coin envelopes. So we're just going to go ahead, and I've already inked them, and we're going to add our hinges. So I'm going to flip these over, and the hinges are going to be added on the front side of the, you know, the coin envelope. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue. I hope I'm in. Let me try to get the light. It's raining out right now. Let me try to get this light up there, because I'm looking and I don't see like the best light in here today. It's a little dark out. Okay, so I made sure and have you know, enough of the hinge for the other side. Now, the important thing when you go to, you know, put your 2 together is that they're able, when this folds, it's able to, there's a space, and it's about 1/16 of an inch. Now the one in the middle will have to have it wider, because I'm obviously had mentioned we're going to add this, so obviously we're going to need room to sew that into that hinge, and it's going to have to be able to fold as well in clear. So that's about 1/16 of an inch, and I'm just going to eyeball that. So probably right about there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue right on the edge of this piece, you know, this strip of paper. Let me add a little bit more. I just want to make sure it's well secured, because this is not, you know, this is fairly, I think it's like 65 pound. So there you go, and line them up good. And I'm gonna let that dry before I try to crease it and fold it. Now you could come in right now and go ahead and score down the middle if you wanted, but you know, so you have like a score in the middle, and then just do one side and do the other. But I find this is the easiest way for me, and I flip it this way so I can get right to the edge on the first one, so I'm not kind of just guessing. And then we're going to add some stamps. I've got some stamps here. You can do stenciling, you can add stamps, however you want to decorate, you know, your coin envelope journal insert, or coin envelope journal, whatever you want to use it for. Oh darn, nope, I didn't want to put that one there. Nope, this was going to be the middle. I wanted to do the wider one. Sorry about that, guys. This is going to be the middle. We're going to have 2 on each side, so this one, put a little bit more. So I want a little bit wider, you know, a little bit more, I think I put the wrong side up. I need to come back and ink this. Okay, now, since this is going to be the middle where we're going to add the journal, the paper, where is it? I just want to make sure I have enough room. I don't know what I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So like 22, you know, so that's 44 writing pages on that. So let me just put that right in there. I'm gonna say probably right about there. This should leave plenty of room. So that's going to be probably, looking at that, about 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to leave about 3/4 of an inch for the, you know, to be able to sew that in. Now you wouldn't have to do that if you were just going to do this as a journal insert, just the 4 coin envelopes, then you do the same. You know, you could do the 1/8 or the 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch. So I'd say about there. Make sure this is lined up. I really should have this down here on this where I can make sure things are straight and even. Okay, so that's the 3rd envelope, and I'll just crease that right in the middle when I fold it. Okay, and then, so we only needed, this one already had glue on it. Let's do this one. See, that's the right size, yep. Okay, and then the last envelope here. Make sure I'm in frame today. There we go. Got some glue there. And our little strip of paper hinge. Okay, and about like that. Actually, I'm just going to add it on this. All right. So I want to make sure this glue is pretty dry before I try to fold it. So we could actually start decorating. Let me see. This side should be there. See that folded right over? Let me get my bone folder. It kind of just finds its way right into the middle. So that'll clear, and of course this will clear, and this is going to clear for sure because we have a nice, you know, large area in the middle. Now this is where I may come in to make sure it's in the middle and put that on a scoreboard. I'm going to do that right now. So probably right in the middle here, I'll just use this one. I usually use a, I don't like this pointy end one, but I don't have one right here. So this is the middle right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and score. And that'll be where it's going to fold. And right that line, I will sew right into that line. I'll sew my paper into that. Right into that score crease. So let me just fold this. There you go. So this folds here, and then let me make sure this is good and dry, and this one will fold in this way. Okay, so there's your beginning of your little insert. Okay, next. Okay, what I did next is, it doesn't matter. I think we'll work on the inside. Okay. And I have a little fabric pocket here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe just ink around that, just to grunge it up a little bit. And as you can see, I've left all of the strings. All the strings are there and all that, just to, because this is it's a vintage, you know, it's a vintage style. And even at the top, I've left the, you know, I frayed the, you know, I ripped the fabric so it would fray. I've got my little, this was a piece of packaging that I have down here. I'm sorry. I realized going back and looking at videos, when I tap my ink pad, I shake the camera. So I'm going to try to be more careful with that, guys. I'm going to do this. So I'm not shaking the camera every single time I come back and take some ink. So don't get you dizzy. Okay, so let's put these two pockets on. So I'm going to put one on this side and one on this side. And there again, however you assemble yours is up to you. This is just, you know, this is the way I'm doing mine. I mean, you don't even have to use the fabric. You don't have to sew it all. Or you can sew, you know, you can sew these... Oops, I got strings. You can sew these coin pockets all the way around. That would be really cute in your journal. Trying to get the glue. Well, for Pete's sakes. The glue off of my fingers. Okay. I don't know if you guys noticed. Those of you that watch my channel, I polished my fingernails. That's something I never do. But my granddaughter came over. She's been with me for the last 2 nights. She went home this morning. Her 17th birthday, yes, I have a 17-year-old granddaughter. I also have a couple of young grandchildren, and she drives, and she came over to spend some time. We went shopping yesterday for school. She wanted to get a few things for school this year. She's going to be a senior. And then we went to Cheesecake Factory. We did a pedicure together. So we had a fun time. So that's why my nails are done, because we did manis and pedis, and we did our own. So that was fun. Now, in the middle here, I've got these 2 postage stamp pockets. So those I'll do next. And I'm going to ink these. What I want to do, let me move this out of the way, is I want to make sure there's an impression right here. And I want to try to make sure that I pick that impression up. So I'm going to kind of come in on the end. And yeah. This is a, like a manila, I'd say manila colored cardstock that I used. It's probably like a 90-pound. It's pretty substantial. Not super heavy, but actually, to be honest with you, I think that this craft paper, this is quite heavy, that I made these coin envelopes out. That's why it would be they make a good cover for a little, this is probably more like that could be more like a 90-pound. It might even be a 100-pound cardstock. All right, so let's glue these on. And I'm trying to see, these are perfectly square. Okay, so we'll glue these on. These strings are getting in my way. Oops, got a little glue there. So my husband was informed that the company that had a contract for the work he does lost their contract, and he's gone from full-time to part-time. So he told me that last night, and I'm like, what? So anyways, it can be good and it can be not good financially, but it can be good in the fact that I think we're going to start on trying to get some more shelving in here in this room and in the closet part of my art room here, because I pretty much, if you could see the disaster in here right now, oh my, I can barely walk around. I have got to get some more shelving up. So he'll be here. He's going to work 3 days one week and 2 days the next. So he'll be home, and this will take him almost through September. So now we'll do the pockets on the back before we fill these. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll do some stamping. Actually, we got to do some stamping before I add my pads of paper on this side. Oh, you know what? I need 2 more. I'm going to need 2 more pockets. Okay, let's get into the stamping first, and then I'll do my fabric postcard pockets. I need 2 of them. I think I only have 1 printed out. Let me see. There might be 1 here. Yeah, I've got 1 here. That one. And I got those off of the Graphics Fairy, if you're wondering. So I have a variety of stamps here that are all postage themed. This one I actually just got. It's by Crafty Individuals from the UK. These are made in England. And it's a full rubber stamp here, but it has all these different ones. So you can just, it's got little tickets on here, postage stamps and things like that. So I used that in some places. So I'm just going to actually just use it almost like a stencil. So I'm just using I'm just going to use this ink, because this is mostly covered up with that paper pad, but it's kind of nice when you look underneath and you've got some stamping. And then I have these little stamps. This is this one. So they're all postcard, oriented. Whoops. That impression didn't come out very good today. Probably would have been smarter to stamp these before I hinged them together, because I'm not getting a good impression. I do have a stamp pad. You know what? Let me see if I can find that, because I'm just not getting a good impression. I don't know. I don't have access to it. I have this. Oh yeah, I do. It looks like this, guys. It's actually like this foam. You get a better impression with your stamps. It's called a stamp pad. I think that's what it's called. And you get a better impression with your stamps. Let's try this one. And also I should, I have some stamp blocks, and I would normally put this on a stamp block, but since it's just, I'm using it more like a stencil, yeah, that's a better, let's see if this one works better. Yeah, that's better, that stamp block. So I'm just going to do some of this throughout, and then I've got this little one here, so I kind of just come in and pull that in, and I do need to do some more inking. This one is Republic of Mexico, so I have a little bit of all different countries here. It's kind of just wherever. There we go. No rhyme or reason, just for interest, because, they're mostly going to be kind of covered up. Let me do a little bit more of this one over here. Try not to shake the camera for you guys, sorry. I know it's There we go. Just do a little off here. A little stamp off there. A couple of these. Here, this one is cute. Let's do this one. That one. Okay. And a couple more here. I probably should have come ahead of time and done this, but let me do a couple of these. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. Let me put these back in here. I will go in and do the other side as well. Then I wanted to, before I put these pockets on, I just want to add a little bit more inking around the edges. And also in the crease of the folds. And you know, I'll probably come back and add more inking later off camera. I just don't want to bore you with the inking. Also, I like to come in on the corners where you know, where you would, like on a book, get a normal, you know, a normal wear and tear. Okay. Now we are going to add our paper pads in the middle. I want to ink these. I don't know why I closed that. And then we'll add a little decoration. This may be a two-part video, guys, with the sewing in of the... Okay, and what I did with these is I added a scrap piece of paper to the back. See, I'm just inking the tops, just so it's not so much white. White's, you know, it's cream colored, but just to kind of more blend with the... Now, I'm looking for a couple pieces of scrap paper. I think I'll just use I'll just use this. And I'm going to glue this to the back. Let me get my scissors. And that's what's going to glue to the pad. So these can be ripped, they actually can be ripped off. You know, you can just rip them off and use them one at a time, you know, if you wanted to. Or you can just journal and leave all your journaling space right in there. So then I'm going to just glue this. I'm getting low on my glue. This stuff's expensive, but it's my favorite glue. So we're just gonna glue that down on this side, and then we'll put a little decoration up here just on the top page. And this one. Right here, boy. Got plenty of glue on that piece. It's so rainy and humid. I think we had one day last week where the humidity was in the 90-something percentile. And it's, talk about feeling like you're in the tropics. Man, it was hot. Now we're gonna add our little fabric. Let me show you. Postcard fabric pockets. Just think those are so cute, these vintage. Now, how I do this is I want to rip them. I want to tear it out so I get more of a, you know, more of a, whoops, that's too, that's okay. And if you don't like that, you can use, you can cut it or use a, you know, a fabric cutter, whatever you choose to do. I just like that look. So it can fray and gives it that real old vintage look. And this muslin tears so easily. Actually, this is too. See if I can get this little strip off. Yeah. Okay, so there's one. Then I have this one that I have not peeled yet off of the sheet. Boy, it's, I don't know if you guys can hear that rain. It is pouring. I'm trying to peel up. Let me see if I can find a better, here's a better corner. Now I want to save this, so I'm going to kind of put it over here. I have a little space where it can kind of just hang off the edge of the, I want to be careful with this because I want to save this because I can use it probably one more time for fabric. I wouldn't use it for stickers. I got a little spot for it right there. Okay. And, well, I should have done, now all of these, you know, I use all of this. These will be great to stamp on, and oh, that I did. I didn't rip that one right. Stamp on, you know, used for, scraps on tags. It's my favorite material. Underneath words, it looks great. It looks great for collaging when you stencil it. There we go. All right, this right here is, there we go. Boy, we got strings everywhere, don't we, guys? Here, let me at least cut some of these off. All right, let me move some of this mess out of the way. I've got a spot where I keep all of my fabric scraps and I use, you know, you can shrink your images down, you know, like I got these off of Graphics Fairy to any size, and I use an app that I really like, and it's called Image Size. If any of you, it does a lot of other things besides shrink down, you know, images and things like that. You can, yeah, any size. You can stretch them out. You can do all sorts of stuff. It's great. But it's called Image Size. And that's what I use to shrink these postcards down. So, oops, I got a bubble. I got a bubble. That usually means when I get a bubble and this starts like popping out, I need a little acetone. Acetone. That's how you thin, oops, I don't want to get that glue on my stamp pad. That's how you thin out your Fabri-Tac, if you're watching and you didn't know. Just put a tiny bit in and shake it up good, and it'll thin, because this stuff gets thick. It thickens with time as, you know, air gets in it. And okay, so we have a little fabric postcard, and I kind of push it in and up so we have a little bit more room, you know, in the pocket, so it's not completely tight. You could put lace under it. I mean, there's so many things you could do right now with this whole project. It's just, I was just playing around. I'm like, you know, I love, what else can I do with these great, you know, coin envelopes? Because I love to emboss them. I like to crinkle them up and make them look like leather, and with the, because with the craft, you know, the craft cardstock. They really look neat embossed. You know, I have them in some other projects. You guys, if you watch me, you'll see me use them for that. And I thought, well, let's just hinge them together and come up with some fun pocket or journal closure. Okay, so we've got this side done and ready to decorate. Let's go ahead and just decorate it real quick. All right, and then I'm going to decorate some of these postcards too. I have some stamps. I have some of these stickers. Here's one that's a postcard theme. So I'm just going to put that right here at the top. Postal theme, I'm sorry. Postal theme, like a vintage. This came in a pack. It came with this, not this one, this, and gosh, I don't know where I got it, because I've had it in my stash for so long. But I think it's just put in, you know, wherever you buy your supplies, vintage stickers. It's very thin. They're really nice for, you know, putting in for bullet journaling and things like that. And I like them because they're sheer, they're clear. You can see through them, I should say. Okay, so I put those there. I want to add a couple of decorations up there. Okay, these right here are from, oh, this isn't the actual tin, Cavallini and Company. So these stickers they're from Cavallini and Company. So I think I'll just take this one. I think I'm gonna add a little glue to it, just because I've had these in my stash a while. I'm just gonna add this right up here. And let me see. Add something. This one I think I'll add over here. You could add some washi. I've got some fun washi. I may come back and do washi on the next one. Washi tape, you know, whatever you want to just kind of jazz up your project with. Okay, so there's this side, and then we'll come back and add our papers after. Let me put that back over there. Now, we're going to flip it back over. And I want to add something in the middle of these. So I used, this is a sheet of, it says postage stamps, and this is from the Graphics Fairy. I'm a member on their site. I do a monthly membership with them, and because I use so many images from them. And this is again on that label paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out 2 of these. This, I like this green one down here. Well, I want to add some color. Let's do this one. Let me just cut this one out. I'll do these 2 right here. Okay, and we'll put one of those, and I'll come over them and ink them a little bit. I hope the light is sufficient so you can see these. They're really pretty. They're stamps, you know, they're made to look like stamps, I should say. See how sheer that is? Makes a nice sticker. So I'm going to just pop that right in the middle. Kind of in the middle, somewhat. Just come in and just add a little ink. See if I can get this side up. Come on. I may have to come in from another corner. There we go. And over here. Over here. There we go. Oh, I got a little corner. Oh, there's the thunder. All right. Then, we could add a little cotton trim here or a little jute down the middle. I did add some lace, some cotton crocheted lace. We'll add a little bit of jute just to twine, jute twine. Just put a little bit of that. The nice thing about this glue is it's super all-purpose. I mean, I have used it. It glues buttons nice. It glues, you can glue lightweight charms with it. If you're gonna do like a heavyweight charm and you wanna glue that, I do like an E6000 glue. But this is a great fabric glue, you know, and it tacks very quickly. Now, when I'm going to, you know, make projects that I want to be quite substantial, I use this. I will use Eileen's tacky glue for like lighter weight things, and that I find for a cheaper glue works quite well. And you know, you can even use it for fabrics and things like that. It does work for fabrics as well, a lighter weight fabric. Okay. Now, we're going to do a couple of things with these postcards to jazz them up a little bit before we add them in here and add them in the pockets. So I've got a different vintagey looking postcard. So let's pick 2 of these right now for these pockets, and I might have to trim them down. Let me see if this fits. No, this one fits. What I want to do is I'm going to add a little stamp up here. I'm going to ink it up. Add a little stamp, do a little postmark on it. And then this is a great journaling card, Or you can write a note on it and put it in an envelope and give it to a friend. You know, there goes my boys, barking at the storm, protecting the craft room. My husband's home, so he's in there telling them to hush. Mommy's making a video. Just doing the edges. You could come in and add some lines on here if you want. You know, okay, let me find, I've got some stamps here. Sticker stamps. I also have, let me see, some, yeah, like, got these. Let me see. Let me see, let me see. If you could see my desk, you'd say, how can you find anything on that desk? I know exactly where everything is. Okay, I like this one. It's got a little green. I had a whole thing of real stamps that I had ordered, canceled stamps, and I can't find them. Okay, let's add a little, let's add this. There. So that'll pop in there. Let's put a little something. Oops. I got these. These are like little traveler's notebook stamps. I got this one. Let me just ink around it a little bit before I stick her down. It says traveler's notebook. Thought that was kind of cute. Even though this isn't a traveler's notebook, it's like a, you know, like a travel theme. And let's add this and this. Okay. Oh goodness. I think I'm out of frame now. I'll add this over here. Oh, you know what I didn't do, guys? Okay, I'll come back and do that after. I want to add some stamping on here. I'm not going to take you through the whole stamping thing again, but I'll do that. Now, I want to add a couple of tags for each of these. And then we're going to need 4 more of these. 1, 2, because that's what I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to use a little, I like this one. Okay, that one, that one, that one, and that one. I just want to add something that's not, let me go ahead and ink these real quick. Actually, I'm probably gonna have to take all of these out before I sew in the paper. So, you know, whoops, here comes the trash truck. Oh boy. I'm gonna put that aside for now, because I'm gonna have to take these out. I'm gonna have to take that out. I think we'll go ahead before I fill all of these. Let's go ahead and add our paper. Let's go ahead and sew it in, because if I sew, I mean, they'll all fall out, right? They'll fall out. So let me get my thread and my string, and we can maybe do this. We can maybe do this video all in one, whatever. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Ooh, look at this pretty color. This is wax linen. Since this is so heavy, I could use that, or really, since this is such a small paper, you could just use, I'll use the wax linen to put it in the book. I think I'll use, let me get my needle out. I think I'll just use my, sorry, I should have had this done ahead of time. I didn't really anticipate in adding, when I first did this project, I didn't anticipate in adding the, look at this desk, the paper to it till after. And then I thought, you know what, let's do a little more. I'm gonna take this out. Move this here. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can find a pokey tool. Oh, this is the wrong. Oh, gracious. I have a sewing needle here. Here's one. I need to be better organized. I was, and then what happens is I get into so many projects. This is not the right needle. Oh gosh, sorry guys. I'm looking for my, there it is. My bookbinding needle. There it is. Ta-da. I get into so many projects that it gets unorganized and I need more space. So, all right, I'm going to use crochet yarn. And I'm going to measure. I'm just going to do a basic pamphlet stitch 3 times the size, 2 and 3. Many of you guys have seen me do this before. It's pretty simple when it's one little small notebook signature. I usually make a little template, which I don't think I'm gonna do, though I should. There we go. All right, let me find my pokey tool somewhere on the desk. Here it is. It was in, I actually put it back. Let me get a little ruler. This is a 6.5 inches. I'm gonna come down 1 inch. Let me grab a pen and I'm going to mark 1 inch from the top, right in the middle, since this is one signature. All right, let's find another pen. Here's a pencil. Without any, there we go, 1 inch. Oh goodness, and 1 inch from the bottom. And I'll do the same thing in the book. Normally I would do a template. If you can go back and watch me doing my journals, but because this is so, you know, just such a simple, just a few pages. So now I'm just going to do the same thing with this. Let me make sure that this is the, yeah, this is the same size. So I'm going to do the same thing here. 1 inch. 1 inch. And then we're going to just do the middle. I'm going to poke a hole in the middle, and this is a very simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. and then that's 4 1/4. So I'm going to come down. I'm just going to come down. I'll come down 2 1/4 from that top hole. I'll do the same thing here. 2 1/4. Okay, let me go ahead and poke a hole here. Usually I put like a phone book beneath me, but this is just, and we're gonna poke a hole here. See, I clip my pages together. So basically these are just a couple of book pages, and I'll flip through and show you in a minute. Whatever you choose to do, you can just do plain white paper. Okay, go in through the middle. Either down through the bottom or down or up through the top, doesn't matter. Oh. Ow. I poked myself. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in through the middle. Try not to split your threads. And through the top. There we go. So we've sewed in our little booklet. Simple pamphlet stitch. Okay, tighten up your papers. And that's not tight. Why is that not tight? All right. Just gonna tie a double knot. 1, 2, you can make a little bow, you can tie little beads on here, you can cut it off, whatever. All right, let's take our clips out. Let's just test this. 1, 2, actually it doesn't matter, I'm not gonna close them yet. Yep, look at that, looky there. And here's the edge of the signature. Okay, so let me move this stuff back and we will continue on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the Velcro on the little Velcro tabs. So I'm going to put one here. So these can Velcro shut. And you can, you can choose to use any kind of enclosure you want, or you don't have to close them at all if they fit in your book. Whoops, you're not. Oh, geez, I did that backwards, guys. I put the adhesive side down there. Okay, so there's that one. Whoops. I wanted this side down. Oops. I'll just do 2 of these for the, and then I'm gonna add 2 more. Actually, let's go ahead and do them. That way we can see the whole thing closed. And I'm just going to quickly make those 2 tags and we will call it a day. Because the video is getting too long. Whoops. These are like the super little ones. These Velcro dots, or you can do squares. They come in all sizes. I just ordered these off of Amazon. Okay, so our postcards can go back in now. Postcard there, postcard there. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do 4 stamps. Actually, I can do one right now on these. Let me see, on 2 of these. Actually, I'm only going to do 2. I'm going to do this one on here. Then, or you could do super long tags. This is just what I'm choosing to fill in here. So, just so you know, you can use these as journaling tags or journaling cards, or gift them, put them in an envelope. So let me pop one in here. Then I've got, let me move these things aside, some small Tim Holtz so there'll be 4 of these in each of these. You can use a ball pen. I'm just clipping them to the top like this. It adds a little interest, and then you don't have to fish for them. Now, you can make a tag that's the whole length, but you know, I thought that's fun, that's nice, and then you can clip all kinds of things in your little envelope. So I will put 1 in each of these 4 pockets. I'll put one of these little ball pins, these little mini clips, see them, in each. Now, I added these 2 tags. So you can add whatever tags you want. I used one of these, which are the larger eyelets, and I used one of these, which are the smaller eyelets. Now I have these little bird ones, which I'm going to use in this one. So I think I'll just go ahead, and you can put a little tab on the top of these. You could add a little piece of lace, which I may do, a little piece of, let me see. Okay, like a little, this one's a little large. Sew a little piece of lace, a little lace bit, you know, this is crocheted lace. Could sew that right on or glue it on. That would be cute in there. These might be a little bit big. They actually are. I'm gonna have to make smaller tags. I could kind of come in and maybe just trim it down, or make a different tag altogether. See if that fits. Yeah, barely. I may come in and add different, you know, tags. So I think we're gonna stop there. So whatever little tags you want to make, and all I did with these is I added a little jute, you know, to keep the whole theme. These are these that I cut down. I got these from the Graphics Fairy, and basically what I did is I came in, and you know, this asymmetrical size, this is fine, but I wanted this to be flat. So I just came in and I cut off the bottom like that, and I will use this piece for something else. Then I came, because I wanted 2 different sizes, and I cut one smaller than the other. See that? And that's how I made those. So, you know, if you do printables and any digis or anything, you can cut them down the way they work for you. You know, I deconstruct things all the time to fit the project I'm using. So it can, you know. Then what did I add in here? Okay. Then what I did with that, on the other end, I tucked piece of these. Let me see, right here. Let me just get my, I make these ahead of time. I've got a fleur-de-lis and a J. This is a pretty, like a pearlized pink. Then I just folded up a piece of vintagey paper. I just folded it up, and then you can either Velcro or glue on. So, let's see, this is a full sheet like this. And then you have more room. See, so I could put a Velcro sticker on the back of this, or I also, guys, I don't know if I shared this, and this will be the last thing I share today. These little glue dots, so then you can use these again. The recipient, if you guys order from me, you know, you can peel these off and use them again because they look so cute in the book. So basically that's it. So this is your little, you know, you could fold these either way. Your journal insert or mini journal. You can come in here and add a ribbon or a jute tie right here. I would add this right behind these. I know this video is getting long. Right behind these. Okay, this isn't long enough. But then tie this together right here. And you have like a little, here, I gotta do it down here, guys. I didn't tie this tight enough, but just so you guys can get an idea. A piece of sari or seam binding or sari silk or whatever, and look at that. You have the cutest little journal. Pop this into a big envelope, give it to a friend. I'm gonna, like I said, make 3 of these and put them in. So there are your coin envelope journal inserts. Okay guys, thanks a lot for watching today, and please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a blessed day. Okay, bye-bye.